All right, so Zach, as you know, this season on the podcast, I'm giving each of my guests ownership of their own episodes. Now is your time to make a presentation about anything you want, as long as it is party room related. What do you got for me?
Well, welcome to the best PP of the
Nope,
festival.
stop it.
Um, listen.
We're
This
not
isn't.
doing it. We're
We're not.
not doing it.
When
Zach,
Trevor said that, I laughed for like an hour. I had to pause, and I just laughed like for the rest of the day. I was walking around, and then everybody got in on it on the chat, and I was like, "Man, how did that guy
just
get his doctorate?" Anyway. Speaking of a presentation, thank you all for coming and being here. My presentation is not a presentation at all, but a pitch.
mm,
A pitch for a show to
there we go.
Cartoon Network.
Okay.
So, yeah. What I want to do is basically pitch a cartoon show that is called Party Room Film Festival. Yes.
I recognize
So,
this background.
yes. There will be many things that you may recognize, sort of, in the following presentation. Um, yeah. Obviously, a party room film festival show would maybe seem mundane, just like regular show, but secretly have lots of really crazy and wild things happen in it. So what is this thing? It's going to be an epic animated series, just like Last Airbender, SpongeBob, Batman, and Gravity Falls. So like we have like an episodic nature to these, but they ramp, right?
Yeah.
They become a bigger, more awesome show. Lots of great characters, probably movie spin-offs. Like
Yeah.
this is gonna be huge. Let's move along. Oh, and here's just a little something.
Who are you dudes?
We are the Pagelings!
I am Paper Pete, the leader of the Pagelings. But you can call me Pee-Pee.
I'll call you
Stop it.
Pete.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
All right, moving along. Oh, it wants to keep going. It wants to do it again. Okay. So what are we talking about here? So we've got a lot of like successes. So what is our demographic? It's teen to young adult, right? And we're talking, regular show, Adventure Time, SpongeBob's for younger, but it's reached an older demographic. It's got the legs. So we've got very episodic nature to this show, right? Stories ramp up. All right. And it's got major rewatchability. Now, for the style of the show, like what does our cartoon show look like? It's going to be a mix of character art styles. So kind of like if you've watched any of World of Gumball, which is still like airing on Cartoon Network, actually. It's still like since like 2010. It's still the like most watched cartoon show at the moment. And then Smiling Friends, there's just a lot of different styles in the character animations to kind of give the idea that each director is a character in this, and they are very individual in the way they think and how they solve problems and how they see the world, right?
Okay.
Let me continue. And then we've got our last little section here. There's the Avatar: Last Airbender Gravity Falls section where it like this show, like these shows, it starts very small and then a larger narrative will emerge from it. Because it's going to be a show that kind of like Total Drama Island. Okay, if you've ever watched that,
Yeah.
where it's like really fun show, not for children, but was on Cartoon Network. Like it was just making fun of Survivor. And so like a person was kind of removed from the show, a character was removed from this animated show every week. They were voted off the island. And so like this show would kind of follow a similar competition. Not that people are voted off, but like it ramps up to the final episode where the festival happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, and here's just a little factoid in here. I just wanted to point out, who's at the top real quick.
Hey Zach, what film did you make this year?
I made an excellent film, and still I'm on the top somehow.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Anyway,
awesome? I'm
moving
just
on.
that good. I'm just
Moving on.
that good.
Moving on.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't remember that slide getting in there. Anyway. So what's the show outline? The format. So how many episodes are we talking about? Right? How many characters are we talking about? We're going to talk about the format. We're gonna meet the cast, and then we're gonna talk about the end goal of this thing. So let's move along. Man, this is a lot of text. So let me break this down real fast. So our animated show, each director is going to have an episode, right? They're going to be making their film in the episode.
Okay.
So the theme song, just like Last Airbender, will tell us what this show is about, because we're just going to like hit the ground running, because you only got 11 minutes is how that's how long a cartoon episode is. So it's not going to be, they're not going to be much longer than normal Party Room films. So each episode can either focus on the real world, like breaking down of like film sets. So there, I think there could be like a funny in the mundane, like regular show does. But then you could also kind of have like a dramatization of the characters. Like it would be funny if there was an episode where it was all of the characters from Science, or it is all the characters from Tanner's films, The Chronicles of Light, right? It like takes place in that universe and maybe cracks a joke and comes back to the real world when something falls apart or something, right?
Right.
And then every once in a while you have the seasonal plot progression element where the plot is slowly trudging towards the finale, whoever wins the festival. So every episode will involve the two main characters, even though each episode is kind of revolving around a different director's film. You still kind of have like if you think like, okay, so you got SpongeBob and Patrick, you've got Scooby and Shaggy, you've got I don't know, Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. Like from the beginning, you have like that is like what that's how you have the drama, is you put two characters together and then they kind of create like problem solve it narrative. So who do I think should be the two main characters of our cartoon show?
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard decision, but my pitch is that it will be these two individuals. Let's do McGlone and Levi. I began drawing our characters, and then realized that that's really hard, especially to do it in like different styles.
Yeah.
So we are using an AI generator. I apologize to all ye artists out there. But if people out there would like some of like me to try to design their character in a different way, I mean, I'd love to draw our characters. I'd love to maybe work with Charity, who helps me on all of my films. She's an actual like graphical artist. She'd be great. But for this slide here, my pitch is all of the craziest stuff that happens with Party Room, I think, is with you two. When you like make your like it's crazy how you guys are like fire and gasoline together. Um, and it's funny, you guys like try to work together, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like why are these films being made this way? Why are they so good? How is this possible?
Yeah.
Um, and I think like you also with this have Levi is kind of like he's a talented dude. He obviously has his procrastination, like every artist, like haunts him a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We have you that is like you just bounce off the walls and like you will be everywhere at all times, and you're like the most animated like person that I know. Like I think McGlone, I think if you just started a YouTube channel and just recorded yourself in life, I think you would make it. I think you're like that watchable.
All
So
right.
yeah, I think this is my pitch that we would do McGlone and Levi, and you guys are you guys are the duo that the show kind of follows. Um, Maybe there's episodes where you're pitted against one another, but usually it's you two guys versus the world.
Okay.
So moving along. So let's meet the rest of the team, okay? So so first, you. I
Oh
really
God.
want I really want to do like a very chowdery animation with you where the animation is changing like every reaction, right?
Yeah.
I did like 15 of them with you, and I love all of these.
That
uh,
that bottom middle one on the right is amazing.
there's one there's yeah, they're so great, and yeah, yeah, I think you would be a character that's very recognizable. And then also I think the main one that I found is you, where it's like, you know, you almost have your Rick Sanchez moments, you know, like
Yeah.
your real moments where it's like this is the dark day. Um
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. It's a very fun, bouncy character. Oh, and I love this one. This one's my favorite one. Just thought I'd throw that guy up there. Look at him.
I
Just
don't think
adorable.
I don't think that one's very flattering for me personally. But I'll yeah. I
You
mean,
have to allow it. There he is.
yeah.
All right, moving along. All right. Ooh, and this is like the kind of comedy that I think like you would kind of like follow along with here. Let's watch.
apples! Oh, I simply love a bottle of apples. Can't you give me 3 samples to a pretty lady?
Sure. Do you know one?
Can't you give a free sample to an ugly lady?
No, ugly ladies have to pay. Hey, ugly! You owe me $300!
And there you go. There you go. There's the typical joke. Moving along. So we've got Levi as well. So got a few, just a few of Levi. I didn't have a lot of time to make a million of everybody, but
Mhm.
Levi is going to be like where you're like the bouncy fun of like the duo. He's going to be a bit more of the realist. He's got a little bit more of like, oh no, the weight of the world is there, but then you kind of like inspire him. And
Yeah.
I found this one, and
He's the
this
straight
one,
man.
yeah, exactly. You gotta have that guy, and yeah, he's got a little bit more of his demons here. That's if you type into the AI generator, you get freakazoids like you get this one I plugged in regular show, and it was just like, all right,
It
there
just
it is.
it looks like the Muppets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the shadows around the eyes and the nose is what does it there. Where I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I like it. It's gross, but I like it. Um so yeah, you also have like a duality to Levi as well. Moving along. Andrew King. Okay. So Andrew King, yeah. So Andrew is, he's a leader. He's a king. He is, uh, he created the festival, but I do kind of see him as maybe an antagonist, right? At
No,
least,
Andrew never antagonizes me. That would never work.
yeah. I think this works out very well. He's got that politician. I think he would be an absolutely loved character. I especially like the simplicity of the one on the right. I'm a big fan of that one.
I think the one on
Um,
the left looks more like him.
mhm. Yeah,
Like, that's amazing. Yeah, that's great.
yeah, yeah. So good old Andrew is yeah, maybe a little dark head figure over this
Yeah.
film festival.
Mhm.
Moving along. Oh, yeah, and I got a little couple notes on there. Moving along. Sam.
Oh,
So Sam,
dude.
yeah. He's just gonna be Batman the whole time, or thinking that he's Batman the whole time. Um, and but he's a lawful good. He's a protector, right? And he's got this soft spot deep down for everyone in the film festival. Um, yeah, I was really happy with how these turned out. Um, and
Those are great.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think like some of these characters you won't see every episode, but kind of like the Crimson Chin or something. Like they come in and they like make the episode, right?
Yeah.
Like they are the surprise character, and you're like, man, I can't wait for the next season, the next festival where we see these characters again. Or at least the finale episode, I guess, where they'd all kind of reconnect.
Hmm.
Moving along. We got Cody. This
Yep.
one's based off of good old Samurai Jack. And have you ever seen Samurai Jack? You
I
ever seen this show?
haven't, unfortunately.
It's very good, very good. But I feel like a lot of people are like that, and that's why Cody's character is going to show up only when he needs to, and he's going to do something cool every once in a while, and then he's gone.
Dude, and every time that he shows up, like cherry blossom petals start falling. It's like it just becomes very anime. Like
Yes,
the whole show stops when he's there to
exactly.
make way for him, basically.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
Those are really cool looking. Very cool.
Yeah, I thought he would be very pleased with these. Yeah, he looks great. Moving along. We've got Matt, and these are obviously based off of Futurama. And so Matt, I think, is a brilliant person. I hope some of these are kind of crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
like some of the one of the reasons why I didn't want to draw them as well is just because like I didn't want to offend people. But then I realized that the AI will do that for me. It will probably offend. I think these look great as animation characters. I don't think they represent Matt entirely perfectly.
This is the worst one for sure. Like the overbite on the one on the left is just crazy.
Yeah, there is no flattering Futurama or Simpsons character designs. I will say that, but I do think that going in that art style for him absolutely captures like the science fiction and the manicness of some of his humor. Maybe not manicness, but like the detail of it. Like you have to get the joke, and it's kind of like a joke inside of a joke, which Futurama does. But yeah, and we'll move along here, and just a little taste, just in case Matt is not aware with what Futurama's stuff is like. Here we go.
Good news, everyone. The university is bringing me up on disciplinary charges. Wait, that's not good news at all.
Whatever you did, Professor, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation.
Yes, but they won't listen. Everyone's always in favor of saving Hitler's brain, but when you put it in the body of a great white shark, ooh, suddenly you've gone too far.
Yep, there you go. Moving along.
Oh, I love Futurama.
It's such a good show. All right, and Mitchell. All right, so Mitchell, I really like the one on the left. The one on the right, not so much. You can only do it like a few of these I put through the generator several times. I tried so these are Hey Arnold, right? So I
Mm,
tried to like get his like because I do want Mitchell to be a villain of this show. You know, he's a bit of our Joker. If Sam's our Batman, then he's a little bit of our Joker. But it's difficult, I think, to derive a bit of like mischievousness out of a
hmm
Hey Arnold design because I mean he's such a '90s kid. I think that you got to go something along that. And I do like how on the left it looks like the hat is his headband, and then he's got like anime hair coming out of
Yeah,
it.
and like that's what I was originally laughing at. Is like, there's a hat. So where is any of this hair coming from? Like on both
Mhm.
pictures. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and the answer is animation. Ta-da!
now I will say, like, just pitching out there, I wouldn't say that
Mm,
he is the villain, as in the Joker. I would say
mm.
that it's more along the lines of like Doofenshmirtz or like the Ice King from Adventure Time.
I think
Like
that's a better way to put it.
the
Certainly,
the
yes,
yes, the villain, but ultimately our friend. You know.
absolutely, yeah, yeah. And that's a good way to put that. I mean, like without Mitchell, the festival is not nearly as chaotic
hmm
and funny. I would say you got to have this backbone to it. Um, but yeah, I want to do a few more with Mitchell actually and get it better. Maybe Mitchell will have some requests. Maybe he'll have a few requests. Moving on. Josiah, I put these through Gravity Falls and if you've ever seen Over the Garden
I
Wall.
was about to say Over the Garden Wall is what it was looking like for me. That's really good.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. I like all the eyes and the over the garden wall ones on the right here. Um, yeah, yeah. It like added this hat, this pointy hat to him that is very over the garden wall.
Yeah.
It's funny how the AI knows about some shows and really doesn't know about other shows. Like I would put in certain things and it
hmm
would like this, it absolutely knows what I'm going for.
hmm
Um Rick and Morty, when I would put in that one, it like absolutely it knew it almost too well. Um
Interesting.
and I was like, this isn't even usable. It's just a Rick and Morty shot at this point. It's not our show. So but yeah, yeah, I think Josiah he's always a good guy. He's always a cheery guy. And I do feel like he is the character that it's like, "Oh man, like my boom mic broke." And then you look back over and Josiah has like repaired it with like a piece of gum
Yeah.
and something. He's like the fix it guy. He's like, "Yep, here I am."
Well, one thing I've really enjoyed, like I haven't brought it up, but like just looking at the shirts because they're like, yeah, graphic tee, the classic company I and Garn Toy or OJE. Like,
Yeah, I like this little I like this one, this little mouth. I don't know what's going on
yeah,
there.
looks like a
Um
little flame or something. I don't know.
there was one I did with Josiah where it like animated his face into the moon and he was just this little moon. And I was like, that's adorable, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Um anyway, anyway, moving along. We got Trevor.
Yep.
Trevor, we're gonna go full Goku. I kind of think he's kind of like Boomy from Avatar, where
Yeah.
he is the old master, but a trickster. Like he
hmm
kind of surprises you. Um, yeah, yeah. I think Trevor is just would is secretly the most powerful filmmaker. Just where is that power going? It cannot be contained or controlled. Um, so there you go. Little
Yeah, that's great.
hmm Yeah, I especially like the one on the left because he's kind of like leaning in, and I feel like that kind of both of these kind of capture Trevor's two usual modes.
Yeah.
Yep, moving along. We got Tanner. Tanner, the Hermit adventurer. He sent me a picture of him. I think in some mountain range. He might have been when he was overseas. I can't exactly recall, but it's his typical profile picture. And I got these two, and I was like, I really like these, because the one on the left, it's kind of got like his kind of bright, sunny cheeriness
Hmm.
that he has, his very pleasantness. But then there's also a very excellent determination to him, like
Yeah.
Melissa was talking about in her podcast, how sometimes with Tanner he can be like very sarcastic with her. I think
Hmm.
that's the only person he's usually sarcastic with, but he has that skill if
Hmm.
you egg him on enough. So yeah, he definitely has like a determinedness that I think is an excellent character. Like he's like if there was an episode in the show where it was like about perseverance, I guess, and like climbing a literal mountain or something, like it would be cool if Tanner's character was like a model of that. He's gonna make that film trilogy no matter what, you know?
Right. Right.
Um, yeah, I like that idea. Um, moving along. All right, and we got Paul. And Paul, I love these so much, and I hope he watches this and sees them because I really want Paul to understand that I think it's funny that in this show of like normal cartoon characters, he's a He-Man character that like
Hmm.
sticks out like a sore thumb, and he shows up and he could just be like, "Oh, hey guys," it is Paul way, for him, kind of like so opposite Trevor, opposite the Boomy character.
Yeah.
Like he shows up and he's got like the words of wisdom, like the sound advice, right? He he,
Hmm.
he almost comes in like that Deus Ex Machina and like solves an issue, or if they like need some like deep lore, like in regular show or Adventure Time or something, like they go to the wise He-Man character who knows all of the lore.
Yeah.
That's
The
what I would
wisdom.
like. Yeah, I really like this like smile that the animation gives on the left. Where it's like he's like trying to smile. It's like a fake cringed smile. And I just
I
think it's
really
so
like
funny.
I really like this hair, this like bowl cut mullet thing that's
Mhm.
going on. I think Paul
They
should
both
grow
have
it.
it.
Yeah. He should grow it out.
Yes. Yeah, I guess it's trying to meld Paul's normal hair on top with He-Man's his mane, you
Yeah.
know?
It's really interesting.
Yeah, I kind of love it. I kind of love it. Moving along, we got Aaron, and I
Uh
love these. I love these
these are
so much. Yeah,
yeah, these are good.
so these are I did a few with Aaron. I was like trying to find I did a few with like Aaron and Flapjack. Like that was the mode. But then I was like, nah, I'll try Gravity Falls again with Aaron. And they turned out way better.
Yeah.
So Flapjack was one of those where it's almost like the AI, if there's too much content that the animation has, sometimes it like doesn't know how to categorize it. Like I couldn't do like Transformers the animated series from the 80s, right? Because
Right.
there's so much Transformers stuff, like it couldn't make it animated like everything else. It started
Hmm.
looking too real or 3D or however. But
Yeah.
this stuff, I love these too. I think it's great.
That's really good.
These are from the same image prompt. It added in the girl, and I was like, oh, that looks just like Caitlin. That's
That's
perfect.
that's really
Um,
interesting actually. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. So that's terrifying because the AI was able to just uh divine her out of thin air. But
Hmm.
there she is. Um, And so Aaron, I think, is the character in the film festival who's like he's like doing his own thing every once in a while, and then everything goes crazy, and his reaction to the crazy is what makes it funny.
Yeah.
And then he ends up making the best film. Like every year, Aaron wins again. And I think that would be a pretty funny joke. Yeah, I do like his little legs. He's got little bitty legs over here as he cradles his camera.
It looks a lot like
Fantastic.
Seuss.
Yeah, it's going full Seuss. Yeah, good stuff. If anybody wants these, I'll eventually probably share all of these fun little images on the chat.
Mhm.
But I'll give it some time. Moving along. Then there's me.
Nice.
Yeah, and I did a few with me because when you like make images of yourself, you don't like any of them. That's just kind of how it is, I think. But I think
Yeah.
these are particularly fun. I think it catches my two sides as well. I kind of have a fun zany side. I like how in both of them I'm surrounded by crazy characters.
Yeah. Little
Um,
cartoons.
yeah, and I like to think that in the show I'm just like in my own dream world, and everyone
Mhm.
else is crazy characters. And I'm like just trying to make sure everybody's okay. You
Well,
know?
when the camera shifts to like your POV, it's actually like you're in Space Jam and like
Yes, exactly.
yeah, interesting. I like
Yeah, It turned out pretty good. Let's see. Do we have another? Let's see. Who am I forgetting? I think that's everybody. Make sure. Make sure.
it's gonna be really bad if you
Uh,
forgot somebody, buddy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then you, 13. So I think the 14th person that I'm thinking of would be Landers, and I think that Landers would be involved in the show, but a la Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget, where he is the hidden villain, the true evil mastermind, the Lich from Adventure Time, right?
Yeah.
He lurks in the shadows, and is secretly just a super fun guy. Um, but he was exiled from the film festival, and now he is going to do everything he can to stop it. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, so there we go. I think these are a lot of really cool characters. I would love to do some of these. If people request me to do more of them, I will do more. Or if you want to do your own and submit them to the Party Room Film Festival cartoon show, um, please do. But without further ado, oh, I'd also like to see some of them come up with the wives as well. Like,
Mhm.
do people try to make the wives look the same as their characters, or do they try to juxtaposition, like make them like opposites?
Mhm.
Um, like I think that would be really fun, like episodes as well. You know what I mean?
No, I think the wives are all just themselves. They're played by themselves live action because they are what keep us like grounded in reality a little bit.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I
Like,
love.
we're all living in this wacky world, but at some point, like, you get the call from the wife and it's like, no, come back. You're going a little bit too cartoony right now. Come back a little bit, and you kind of shift.
That's right. I love that. Yeah, then you almost have like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit thing going on,
Mhm.
where it's like a melding of these two worlds. That's such a good idea, dude. But yeah, that is the end of
I hate
my. That is the end of my crazy presentation, my huge pitch.
Look at the unibrow. I mean, like, come on.
dude, it came up with this one and I like died. This is one of the first ones it came up with because I wasn't trying to do like 3D animation.
Yeah.
Um, but I tested it on your image for like honestly quite a while. I looked up a few YouTube videos just to try to like nail it down to the exact prompts to kind of get that more of a like a 2000s
Yeah.
animation look.
Like
Mhm.
I know I'm not Paul Sigler, but this is mean. All right, like this is
Where's the one? I like the one with the horns as well. Let me go
yeah.
back.
What
Let me
was
go back up
that?
here. Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that guy. Look at I don't know why. I didn't do it. I
that looks
I got
like
no say in this.
How to Train Your Dragon almost. Like just,
That's what it is. Yes, it's How to Train Your Dragon.
but
Yep,
yeah.
it's great.
Anyway, that's cool. That was a good presentation. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I think everyone will enjoy it.